calls for violence are dangerous as this could lead to the loss of lives and properties. This is the position of the Jackson Ohanaeze-led faction of Ohanaeze Ndiígbo, Igbo social cultural organization. It was condemning the remarks made by Amaechi, former Minister of Transport, against the Bola Tinubu administration. On January 30, Amaechi said Tinubu and other members of the political class would not cede power to the younger generation without a fight. He canvassed for political vigilance, warning that power must be fought for. Now, in response, on Saturday, Okechukwu Isuguzoro, who is the Deputy President General of the faction, denounced Amaechi's statement as a threat to democracy, peace and civility. Isuguzoro said the group distances itself from Amaechi's statement, adding that the Igbo people would never endorse any political conspiracy to undermine the legitimacy of an elected president. Mayor, Section 39 of the Constitution talks about freedom of expression and opinion, but there is a line you don't cross. No, but first of all, the comment made by the former governor of Rivers State. What do you make of that?
I want to say it's inappropriate. I don't want to use a stronger word, but I think it's inappropriate. And much is expected from somebody like Honorable Amaechi, who has benefited perhaps more than any other person from the goodness of the Nigerian state. He was a former speaker. He was a two-time speaker of Rivers State. He was two-time governor of Rivers State. He was a minister in this country. He ran for president on the platform of APC. But because he didn't win, he now sits down and is talking crap. You know, when people say certain things, and you say that, oh, they're not going to give it to you, you have to fight for it. Of course. It is right to say that if you want power, you have to fight for it. But you don't say it in the sense that you were giving examples where there was supposed to be violence, and they had to give in because people were scared of that violence. And you try to infer that people should use violence. There's no space for violence in a democracy. If you want to serve, you put yourself forward, you get a platform, and you canvass for votes. And if people believe in your vision, they will vote for you. But to insinuate that you have to fight and grab it, not in the sense the way it should be. Yes, people have to fight for power. Of course, politics is war by another name. So you have to fight for power. But when you are making, especially somebody that is well respected, that have been in positions of authority in this country, you have to be careful what to say. Don't try to give impression that the only way you can get power is through violence. That's not appropriate. That's inappropriate. You cannot say that. I can understand what this guy was trying to tell him, because I watched the same thing that we were saying.
Yes.
And he was trying to insinuate that if you don't, that those who have succeeded were because they were ready to die. That was what he used, that he must be ready to die. That is the only way you can grab this power. Yes. There's no way for you to be ready to die. Ready to die for what?
That is somebody who became governor without dying.
Yes, so why would you say that? That's not appropriate.
So, BK, the Ohanaeze Ndiígbo said...
You know, people say all kinds of things.
Is that what they say?
Atiku Abubakar was abusing judges the other day, saying that judges are the problem of... that judiciary is the problem of Nigeria. This is a man that Obasanjo wanted to send packing as vice president.
Yes.
It was the judiciary that stood up and said, no, this is a joint ticket. You are like Siamese twins.
Yes.
You can't chase him away. And he rose to become the first Nigerian serving VP to decamp from his party. Atiku set that record. Yeah. There's no other person that highly placed who defected from a party. And he didn't lose his position. He joined the ACN also at that time.
ACN.
Okay. He had forgotten. We were counting the many times that Afe Babalola, Obasanjo's lawyer, was being defeated by Atiku's lawyers in that 2007, because Obasanjo was bent on dealing with him. It was this same judiciary that saved him. But because judgment didn't go in his favor, and in any case, they didn't have proof.
Nice.
They didn't have proof. The evidence they brought to court was that Abuja should not, that nobody should be president if he didn't have 5% in Abuja. I wonder whether there is any country in this world where there is such stipulation in their laws that you must have 25% in a particular county or in a particular state before you can be electable. Extremely asinine argument that people are coming up, and you ask yourself whether they went to school. That a small part of Nigeria, as small as Lagos is, Abuja is such a tiny part of our country, and people thought they were making sense by saying if you do not have 25% in Abuja, you are not electable. And I asked the question that, okay, if you won in 35 states,
okay,
or even 36 states, if you have 25%, 36 states, and you fail to have 25% in Abuja, so you are not electable. Because when people are overwhelmed by emotions, common sense takes a flight. To imagine that somebody must have 25% in one small portion of Nigeria, where it is not as if the people who live there have two heads.
True.
Or they go around with 4 legs or 4 genitalias. And you are holding on to that it has to be it was part of what they took to court, and they wanted to win at the presidential election tribunal. Such an issue, even that's why the issue had even been decided earlier. Yeah. They still didn't have evidence, they still brought it. They were still trying to shoehorn it amongst the evidence that they wanted to present. Atiku can freely insult judges now after all the favors that they had done to him. Amaechi is similar. This is a man who never won an election to become governor. This is a man, like he said, that this democracy has been so good to him. Amaechi became governor. It was Odili that made him governor. Odili actually, even his wedding was inside government house. It was Mumaji that played at his wedding. I still remember.
It was a staff, it was a personal assistant to Odili.
Yes, it was Mumaji that played at his wedding. The wedding was done inside government house.
Yes.
He has, this democracy has been so good to him. And then he keeps talking like he is one fantastic Democrat. Oh, you that even in APC, your party, after you defected to APC, you couldn't hold the people together.
And you're fighting
you caused your party to not even have a single candidate. In the 2019 election, they were not allowed to present candidate because Amaechi will not even do what the court told him to do. He's an extremely arrogant man. The court said, oh, you cannot run a party to the exclusion of others. Let all of these other people be part of the primaries. You cannot exclude the Magnotta base of this world.
Yes.
Because he was not prepared to do that, he preferred to let APC lose the state. That's the sort of person that Amaechi is. Somebody who locked up the judiciary. Nigerians, he was talking about Nigerians because Nigerians have short memory. Even about him, Nigerians are showing their short memory. Some of the people listening to him now should know that he's not qualified to say some of the nonsense that he's saying. Amaechi locked the judiciary for many months.
Yeah.
Tell me which Democrat. He was asked to come and speak about how to deepen democracy.
That's what he was told.
That was what they told him, and he's saying the exact opposite of that. You are teaching people to get violent to win an election. You are saying that, oh, Tinubu will not give. Is it Tinubu's place to give people victory? He is chasing that victory himself. It is the Nigerian people who can determine whether Tinubu will win in 2027. And Tinubu knows that he has to do his best so that Nigerians can vote for him. He knows. In his heart, he knows that for the election that is coming, if he wants to run, then there are certain things that he needs to do. If he couldn't stop Nigerians, if he couldn't stop Nigerians from voting against him in Lagos, and he lost Lagos, you remember
Yes,
now?
in 2023.
Yes. So why are you saying that he is the one who will give? What if Nigerians vote against him? Are you a one-man country? Do you think that Nigerians, if Nigerians said they don't want Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they will vote against him? We've seen that happen before. Leave Nigerians to decide that. Don't get to the point of making it look like, oh, nobody can win an election. APC lost 10 states that they were in control of in that last election.
Yes.
10 states. In fact, look at Kaduna. I learned the whole of Kaduna APC won only 2 local governments in the presidential election. They won Briningwari and Weda Sanga, 1 local government. And Asiwaju went there to campaign. Oh. El-Rufai was there. Oh.
And a sitting PDP president lost an election in this same country.
Yes. I'm saying that APC,
yes,
even as ruling party,
yes.
out of the states that they controlled, they lost 10.
10, yes, I know, I agree with what you're saying.
States like Kebbi, they were in control of Kebbi now.
People in power have been losing elections.
No, he's been happy. Amaechi and co are just trying to, it's just scaremongering.
So when you say people must be ready to die,
it's just scaremongering, frightening people unnecessarily.
All right, gentlemen.